Hello, my people. I'm back with another video. Thanks a lot for all the people that have been tuning in, subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. And today I bring to y'all my D20 baseball, a game that I created. And also yesterday, last night, I was building up the teams, and there's 10 teams that I've already built it like since two or I think it was already been going for 3 years that I've been playing with this 10 fictional teams. Well, they all fictional, and there's a total of 14 teams. And the league is called Alliance Baseball League. That's the name of the league, Alliance Baseball. And as you see here, I already split them up. There's going to be 7 teams for each conference. So the first conference I have here, the Atlantic Conference, and then the Pacific Conference. And I'm gonna name you out the teams that I have and fictional that I created. I have the South Stoke Punishers. I have the South Loop Thunder Waves. I have the West Fuquay Razor Wings. I got the Alameda Eagles. I got the Anderson Road Russian Bulls. I got the Harm Clark Athletes. And I got the Genoa Wild Ducks. That's in the Atlantic Conference. Now in the Pacific Conference, I have the East Orem Gators, the Del Papa Devil Dogs. I have the Buffalo Speedway Rams. I got the Connerwell Road Airhawks. I have the Waterloo Blue Sharks. I have the West Orem Jaybirds, and I have the Kirby Good Boys. So that's the 7 teams for the Pacific Conference and 7 for the Atlantic Conference that I just named. And that's 4 teams that I created yesterday that I added to the 10 that I've been already playing with for 3 years. Fictional, all fictional. So, and here I already made their respective cards, their ratings and everything. As you see there, I have the Genoa Wild Ducks right here, and I put their coach here. Alliance Baseball League, which league they belong to. Season 1, this is the first season, 2026. And here, as you see, their coach is Daniel Dorman for the Genoa Wild Ducks. And here I have for the home and away. So here they're going to have a rating only when they play at home. And then they're going to have a different rating when they're at the road. You know what I mean? So it's going to pretty much balance out real well. And it's going to be super fun, real competitive. So just bear with me. This D20 baseball, if you try it, trust me, you're going to really love it. It's a really fun game. And, of course, my mentors, and I learned a lot. And I was really inspired by Jason Graham, by his Big Country Baseball. John Turnbull from his Four Score Baseball. And, of course, from Brian from Clark Addison Games. All those 3 fellas, those 3 amazing YouTube creators, they've been motivating me to do games like this. So I made my own, my ideas. So, so there you go. And now we have the Kirby Good Boys. Their coaches, Arthur Lyons. I see their ratings there. Yeah, this team right here is going to be pretty good at batting at home, and their batting offense in the road is an A, but their pitching is not really all that, and their bullpen is just, they're terrible. It's an F. Oh, and I was going to explain to you the innings max. That means that at what inning you're going to have to pull out the bullpen. So it says here innings max, right? 9 and then 9, right? For example. So once you reach the 9th inning, that's when you got to pull out your starter, or your starter, and that's when you start bringing out your bullpen. So if your pitching is an A, and let's say that a 7 comes out, so what you're gonna do is that you're gonna roll a D12 here, right? And you got to roll between 3 numbers, a 7, 8, or 9. So if you roll a 7 at the 7th inning, that's the inning that you're gonna have to pull out your starter and bring out your bullpen. Now, in a few cases, if you have a terrible pitcher, he's an F or D, whatever, or C, and your bullpen is an A or a B, you really want to roll a 7 because you are really gonna suffer with that terrible, starting pitching for at least 6 innings, and then around the 7th, that's when you got to pull out your starter out and bring out your bullpen, which is an A or B, and that's when you're gonna, probably, if you're trailing, if you're down, then that bullpen probably help you out, to try to come back and win the game, But I'm not saying it can happen all the time, but it depends on how you roll. the D20 in here. Now, yeah, so I introduced to y'all, and now y'all understand, right? The innings max. Anderson Road Russian Bulls, their coach is Anthony Preston, and their batting at home is terrible. As you see right there, the ratings, their batting is all right, in the road. At C, their bullpen is unbelievable. It's a B, but it's a 7 right there. As you see, a 7, and they're going to be able to pull out that bullpen. The starting pitching to bring out their bullpen at the 7th inning, which is good. And also here, you see their pitching is an F, but they can pull out that starter around the 7th and bring out their bullpen, which is the C. It's a little bit more better. And now here we have the South Loop Thunder Waves. Their coach is Ralph Carver. And at home, they're really not a great team. Batting, pitching is a D, but their bullpen is phenomenal, is an A. And they can pull out that bullpen around the 7th inning, so it's good. In the road, their pitching and their bullpen is also outstanding. Pitching is B, and their bullpen is a rating A. So, and the bullpen, they could bring them out around the 7th inning. So both that 7th inning, and that's unbelievable. That's incredible. Their pitching is going to do pretty good for this team here. The Del Papa Devil Dogs, as you see there, their coach is Gerald Carlton. Their batting and their pitching, their bullpen, everything of this guys here at home, they're going to be great at home. Look at that. 3 Bs right there, rating and batting, pitching, bullpen. Their innings max is an 8, but it doesn't matter because both their pitching and bullpen have the same rating of a great B rating. So, it doesn't matter if they can pull them out all the way to the 9th inning, it's going to be the same. Now, here in the road, their batting is all right, is average, is a C. Their pitching is great still, is an A, but their bullpen is terrible, is an F. But look at this. The 9th inning, they're going to be able to pull out their starter right after the 8th inning, so that's good. And they're just going to suffer 1 inning in the 9th, so hopefully they don't give up no runs or anything. Okay, that's the Del Papa Devil Dogs. And now we come here. We bring to y'all the West Fuquay Razor Wings. Their coach is Luther Minter. And at home, their batting is average, is a C, but their pitching is great, is an A. Here, their batting in the road, they're going to be terrible, is an F. But their pitching is going to be good at A, and their bullpen is terrible, is an F. And but the good thing is that they're going to be able to pull out their starting pitcher all the way to the 9th inning, so that's good for them. Now, here we have the East Orem Gators, and they're at home. They're going to be great at batting. They're an A, pitching an A also. Their bullpen is a B, and they could pull out their bullpen all the way to the 9th inning. So they're going to be a super, super perfect team at home. So a lot of teams are going to have to watch out for this East Orem Gators. And away, in the road, they're just not good. In batting and pitching, they're D. Both bullpen, they're an F. So they're gonna be terrible at the road. And at the 8th inning, they're gonna pull out that starting pitcher out to bring out their bullpen, which is bad news because they're gonna have to play with this pitching or rating D for 7 innings, and around the 8th and then the 9th, they're gonna have to play with that terrible bullpen of an F. And their coach is Edward Baker. And then we have the Southpole Stoke Punishers. Their coach is Chester Smith. And their batting at home, look at this, D, and pitching D. Their bullpen is great, an A. And then away here in the road, they're also great. Batting, they're good. They're better than at home. They're an A. Pitching is a C. Bullpen is an A. So they're going to be able to pull out their starter and bring out the bullpen around the 9th inning. So, which that's not really that good because, their pitching is average, a C. So you really wish you had a 7 here to go ahead and pull out that bullpen in the 7th inning. You could use them for 3 innings or more if the thing goes for extra innings. Okay, and now here we have the Harm Clark Athletes. Their coach is Benjamin Sampson. And their batting, as you see right there, batting and pitching is just terrible, F and F. And then the road, they're also the same. Look at their batting is average, a C, but their pitching continues to be terrible, F. Their bullpen is a B, which is good, but the bad thing is that they're going to be able to pull out that bullpen all the way to the 9th inning, and that's not good. The Waterloo Blue Sharks, their coach is Maurice Bessler. Their batting is average. Their pitching and bullpen is just bad, D&D. And in the road, they're also even bad, in batting, and their offense is an F. But their pitching and bullpen is just phenomenal, B and B. And no matter the innings, because both of them are the same rating. Then we have the Connerville Road Aerohawks, and their coach is Albert Sneed. And their batting is average at C. Pitching is terrible. F. Bullpen is good at B, but the bad thing is they're going to be able to pull out their bullpen all the way to the ninth inning, and that's not good. They're going to suffer with their pitching for nearly 8 innings. And then in the road, they're also terrible in batting. An F, but their pitching is good. An A, but look at this. Bullpen is an F, so they're only going to be able to play, they're going to be able to take advantage of that pitching, the A rating, for just 7 innings. Around the 8th and 9th, they're going to have to play with this terrible bullpen F. The Alameda Eagles, their coach is Elmer McCarney. Their batting is good, is a B. Pitching is average, C. Bullpen is terrible, an F. Batting here is terrible in the road when they play away. Batting is an F. Pitching is a D. Bullpen is an F. So this team in the road, they're going to struggle a lot. And the Buffalo Speedway Rams, their coach is Claude Lavard. As you see right there, batting is just bad. A D. Pitching is just completely disastrous. It's an F. Bullpen is an A. It's phenomenal. And they're going to be able to pull out that starter around the 7th inning. So that's good news for them to take advantage of that bullpen, a rating of A. And in the road, they're just bad. Batting, pitching, and bullpen, all 3 of them are D in rating, and it don't matter the innings. And finally, we're going to tell you right now, I'm going to show you how I rate this baseball team. So I left this team for last. I didn't put the ratings because I want to show you how I do it. This is the West Orem Jaybirds. Their coach is Gordon Alden, and we're about to rate them right now, okay? So y'all can see how I do it. Batting. So we're gonna roll from a D6. So a 1 means that it's a reroll. A 6 is an A. A 5 is a B. A 4 is a C. A 3 is a D, and a 2 is an F. Okay, and a 1 means that you just gotta reroll, until you hit a number greater than 1. Here we go. Batting. What's gonna be the batting rating for the West Orem Jaybirds at home? Let's see how they're going to be good at home. And they hit a 4, ladies and gentlemen. That will be a C. So it's a C in rating there for them in batting. So their batting is going to be kind of average. Not going to be all that. The pitching. Let's see if their pitching can save them. And this will be a 6. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. That's a 6 right there. So their pitching is going to be outstanding. It's an A. Bullpen. Let's see if the bullpen hopefully is an A too. Let's see, or a B. And oh my God, another A rating right there, a 6 right there. Oh my God, both their pitching and bullpen is going to be phenomenal. The innings, it doesn't matter. 9, okay, it doesn't matter. It could be 7 also. It don't matter. I mean 9, because both their pitching and bullpen is rated at A. All right, let's see their away ratings, when they play at the road, how their batting is going to be, their offense. And they're going to be a 6. Look at this. So they're an A. So at home, they're not that good. They're a C in batting. But away, when they play at the road, they're going to be outstanding. Their offense is going to be explosive, an A. Here comes pitching. What is it going to be? Are they going to be the same at home? Oh, 4. Oh, okay. Well, it's all right. It's not that bad, but oh well. It's average. C in pitching. Bullpen. Let's see what the bullpen has. Let's see. Hopefully it's a A or a B. And there will be an A. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 6 and it's an A rating bullpen. So let's see. Hopefully we hit a 7 on the innings max. So they can pull out that bullpen already at the 7th inning and so on. Yep, 7. Yes, I was going to show you, but it rolled off. All right, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's how I roll and I rate my my D6 to rate my Alliance Baseball League teams right here. Fictional, they're all fictional, and the coaches, of course. So the coach, Gordon Alden, for the West Orem Jaybirds, he's really going to have a super talented team. At home, it's just their batting is not going to get enough run production unless if, depending on how I rolled the D20 for them. And, both pitching and bullpen is just phenomenal. And then the batting at away, when they be at the road, they're going to be completely unstoppable. I mean, this team is going to be hitting a lot of runs, a lot of RBIs. And look at that, batting is A, pitching is C. It's all right. Bullpen is an A, and the bullpen is going to come out to save the day and at the 7th inning. So they're going to pull out that bullpen early, and that's going to be good. This team might win a lot of games and even make it far into the championship, but we'll see. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I will be making a regular season. I don't know how many games in total. It's not going to be a lot, but hopefully, it'll be a couple of them, and it'll be enough for me to to go ahead and start playing some games. And I'm going to be playing in a lot of games, and I'm going to be recording a lot of them too. And I'll be showing y'all, you know what I mean? So for all the baseball fans out there, you know what I mean? The people that love baseball and that love to watch, baseball dice rolling games, y'all come and visit my channel, because we're about to have us a blast of an adventure, of a journey, of a lot of fun. You're about to experience, you're about to see how this dice rolling engine game works with that D20 and this Alliance Baseball League. So I hope y'all liked the video, and go ahead and like, share, subscribe, and comment if you don't mind. I'll appreciate it. And for all the people that have been tuning in and watching my videos, cards and dice with Don, you know what I mean? Jackson, Allen, all those guys that have been coming into my channel and just showing love and showing support. I appreciate y'all, my friends. And y'all stay tuned in. And I'll catch y'all in the next episode. Peace.